But for example, I think a good one would be putting a tax on unhealthy foods. Okay. And fast foods and things that are going to contribute to obesity and other health problems. Now, years ago, I could buy a pack of cigarettes for $5. 10 years later, 20 years later, it costs 3 times that much to buy a pack of smokes. And in my opinion, that is fair. Okay, and I say this as somebody who is a smoker. It's fair that the government taxes cigarettes to that degree because, yes, if you choose to smoke cigarettes, you are more likely to get cancer and requires very expensive treatment. And we live in a system in which that treatment is provided for you by the state. So it's perfectly reasonable to expect the state to tax the thing that gives you the cancer that causes the state so much money. Okay? But by that same rationale, we should be taxing McDonald's too. If somebody smokes a pack of cigarettes every day and 30 years later ends up getting lung cancer that requires $100,000 worth of medical treatment, there's no difference between that and somebody that eats 2 Big Macs a day every day for 30 years and has to go in for a $100,000 coronary bypass surgery because they're 150 pounds overweight and their sodium consumption's through the roof and all their arteries are messed up. Same thing. If our healthcare system is going to have to pay for smokers and the lung and the diseases that they get, and we're going to make smokers pay for it out of their pocket when they buy their cigarettes, then we should be doing the exact same thing with the types of foods that lead to these incredibly unhealthy people that cost the healthcare system that much money. Okay. The really sad thing is that in most cases, at least on a superficial level, it's cheaper to eat garbage than it is to eat good food. I mean, if you go to the grocery store and spend $30 on produce, first of all, you don't get all that much produce. Second of all, it's going to go bad, That's one of the reasons why produce is so expensive, is because it's a perishable, because you got to throw it away if it doesn't get sold. So that's one of the reasons impoverished people are they end up going to the dollar store and getting 2 big bags of chips for 99 cents and feeding themselves with that. What can you get for fresh fruit or fresh vegetables or produce or anything healthy for 99 cents? There's nothing you can get. But if you go to the right dollar store, you can buy a big old bag of chips for 99 cents. And then that puts people in a trap where they eat garbage. Because they're eating garbage, they feel bad about themselves and they're depressed and they gain weight. And that causes them to repeat the same cycles that keep them impoverished, so that they're buying bags of potato chips for 99 cents. And then in the long run, they end up costing the system a fortune anyway, because they have 40 or 50 years under their belt of eating absolute garbage, and then they get diseases that are very taxing on the healthcare system. It is much more sensible and logical to just put in place policies and taxing systems to encourage people to actually eat decent food and to support people's access of getting good food that may not have enough money, Because in the long run, what you end up saving in healthcare costs is going to dwarf the what you have to put in order to get there.